Okay, I got my Iron Eagle tiny house trailer delivered to me yesterday, and I thought I'd give an overview on it. This is a trailer specifically made for a tiny house. A tiny house trailer is designed so that the weight is distributed along the perimeter. That's where most of your weight is going to be. In the middle is going to be people and furniture. So there's not much weight going on there. It's all in the perimeter of the trailer. Alright, and this is, in my opinion, the trailer to buy. Now there's a lot of used trailers on the market. They're utility trailers, equipment trailers, and they're designed so that the weight goes in the middle. Okay, now you can't put a car on this trailer. It won't hold up. Alright, now because it's designed that way, the trailer is a lot lighter, and you are able to build a house that is heavier, because the gross weight on this particular trailer is 10,000 pounds. Now, one of the options on this trailer is that the galvanized floor pan. Now, it's strong enough. I will demonstrate. And of course you won't be walking on it like that, because you're going to be putting 2x6s in that cavity for your floor joists. Now the depth of that, let me get a little closer here, I'll do the human zoom. The human zoom. 6 inches. Let me see if my tape measure is going to go there. 6 inches deep. So when you put your 2x6s there, you're going to have a 1/2 inch gap between that floor pan and the bottom of your floor joist, which is good, no problem. You have floor joist hangers holding up your floor, more than adequate. On this particular trailer, you can see there's this flashing. Let me go to the other side. Alright, so that flashing is to keep the weather out. So your exterior sheathing goes to the left, and the water sheds off, no water getting in. Of course you'll caulk it, whatnot, make it more watertight. Another option on this trailer, let me zoom back, are these leveling jacks on all 4 corners. I believe they're rated for 7,500 pounds, which is more than adequate to raise your house up and not even have the wheels touch the ground. Up front is trailer hitch, as basically your standard jack to get it off the ball when you want to disconnect from your truck. It has an onboard battery that activates the brakes if the trailer should get disengaged from the vehicle, and so it won't roll down the road and destroy 18 cars on the highway. Let's see now, the standard place to put a jack. Now they chose not to put it there. See, that's where it normally would go. They chose to put it there because, according to my delivery guy who brought it to me, when you put your tailgate down, it would hit the handle of the jack. But so what? Your tailgate is up, you crank your trailer off the ball, you move forward. Why do you have to put the tailgate down? I don't know. The wheels are adequate for the load. If I were going to drive across country with it, I would buy heavier tires just to be sure that I make my trip without blowing out a tire. Okay, let's see if this works out here. Down below, you have these cross members. Floor pan basically touches. So you use this trailer, you're going to want to take some dimensions so that when you're drilling down for drain pipes and whatever you're installing in your tiny house, you don't go drilling into those cross members. You can't have a drain pipe going through, right? So you know where your sink's going to be, you know where your toilet's going to be, you know your kitchen. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind where these are. Another feature of the of this trailer is the holes we have right here. Every so often, certain increments, there are holes to bolt through the bottom plate of your walls. Also, there are holes, let me see if I can get, yeah, there you go, there's holes along the inner part where your rim joist would go. Now, to see an installation of the floor going in one of these trailers, go on the YouTube channel Tiny Nest. They have a demonstration of the owner of Iron Eagle and Jake of Tiny Nest installing the floor joists. Let's see now, what else? Good idea to go around and caulk everything, even though they did a fairly good job. For instance, right here, there's a gap. I don't know if you can see it. There's a slight gap. Yeah, I'm sure you can't see it. There's a gap. That was my finger. Oh, right there. I can see ground. You can't, I'm sure. But that's got to be caulked. Now, on this flashing, what's it called? The fender flashing. On the fender flashing, they have a piece of angle iron at the top. Okay? That forms the part of the flashing. The top part of the flashing. And it's welded so often. Welded here. It's welded right here. And it's welded there. And it's welded there. Then they have this flat piece going around to make the curved part of the flashing. So where's my finger? It's welded there. It's welded there. And it's welded there. Now, I guess because of the paint they use, you don't see a gap right here. You don't see a gap there. I guess it's because of the powder coat paint that they use. They paint it with a, so I'm told, a powder coat paint. Now, I'm not sure how it's going to hold up throughout the years. So it may not be a bad idea to run a good bead of caulking right along there where you don't see a weld. It's not going to hurt, because I'm not convinced that after a while this may be get cracked and be able to get water may be able to get through that crack. I highly recommend using this trailer. Now, you can buy your own trailer used on the market, old car carrier. Well, you know what? Have at it. Go ahead. Because you don't know the history of most of these car carriers. You're not going to get a feature where you can start off your floor at 24 inches off the ground. It's going to be higher than 24 inches off the ground, because you got to build up above the 24 inches with 2x4s, 2x6s, and that's going to take away from your legal height of your trailer, because you cannot exceed 13.5 feet. And your headroom is going to be limited. Every inch you can squeeze out of a tiny house trailer, the better off you are. What else? If you do buy a used trailer, many tiny houses are built on used trailers, car haulers, whatever. You don't know the history of it. You don't know if they were overloaded, are the springs broken, are the bearings good, are the brakes good, are there car tires on it. That has happened. You don't want a trailer that has car tires on it. You want heavy duty tires, because you're going to have this thing, it's going to weigh 10,000 pounds. And if you discover you have broken spring, car tires, needs bearings, needs brakes, it might cost more money than a new one. So that's it for my tiny house trailer. Iron Eagle tiny house trailer, I highly recommend.